Hello, guys. My name is Anais. It's okay. Many people cannot pronounce it, so I tend to go by Anus. That's what most people call me, which is also super great because that's what like most men want from me. So it's like a really useful nickname. I really enjoy it. If you couldn't notice, I do have an American accent. Silence, that's exactly what that deserved. I'm from a place called Seattle, if people have heard of Seattle. It's the home of Twilight. Yeah, Grey's Anatomy. Got some Grey's Anatomy fans. 50 Shades of Grey. So horny, depressed people. That's where I'm from, I'm horny, depressed. And I moved to London about 4 years ago after watching Pride and Prejudice and Bridget Jones' Diary. So I thought naturally I was going to meet the love of my life here, but it turns out that not all British men are written by women, which is a huge disappointment. Huge disappointment, especially because then while I was living here, Bridgerton came out. Any Bridgerton fans in here? Bridgerton, very sexy, super cool. For the guys who've not seen it, watch it and learn. It's really great. There's like, in the first season, one of the guys goes like, "I burned for you." And you're like, oh my God, I'm gonna come. And I don't get that. I thought that that was gonna be the level. It turns out I just get WYD text with an X at the end. Because you guys put X's at the end of your text messages, which is super helpful because that's like who I'm going to be. So it's like nice future thinking for me. I appreciate it. I also, has anyone seen Saltburn? Is there, yes. Saltburn's a great movie. It's actually my #1 movie of 2023 because I too absolutely go feral for men who just want to be my friend. And I will fuck my way to the top. So, and we were thinking about the bathtub scene. For those who don't know, one of the characters literally, he really inhales and drinks some cum bath water. And I'm also someone who swallows. So it's like iconic and also like me too. And then you're thinking Annie's but the grave scene. And we're thinking what happens in the grave scene. If you haven't seen it, this guy fucks a grave. I know, it's a weird thing to describe. It's been out long enough, don't be mad I spoiled it. But I think, like, I also find that relatable because I too fuck people who have ghosted me, so it just kind of makes sense at the end of the day. And which, by the way, ghosting I think is worse than murder because at least with murder you get closure. So don't fucking ghost me. And if you think I'm being dramatic right now, like I am a white girl, so I have nothing really to complain about. But I'm also American, which means I have the confidence to complain about absolutely everything, which is why I'm here. I've been feeling really depressed lately. Is anyone else depressed? Wow, the silence. It's like we're all just like holding it in. I bet most of you are depressed, but I've been really depressed to the point that like I've stopped doing background checks on my dates. So like, at least my parents won't think that I've killed myself, do you know what I mean? Like, just kind of like a fun game, like is he gonna kill me, is he not? And I go for finance bros, so it's like even more like there's no life behind the eyes. And I also know I'm not going to come, so it's like a good thing. I think I do attract serial killers. That's like one of the, I'm not, by the way, you're smiling and I appreciate it. I'm not attracted to them. I think I attract them. I'm from Seattle, right? Ted Bundy killed a bunch of people in Seattle. I found out his type was brunette with their hair parted down the middle, which is why I put my hair up, trying to avoid serial killers. But I do think if I ended up like on a date with a serial killer, I would know, like, because I do enough stalking when I'm not depressed. And I think like when they were to like, you know, kind of come forward and be like, I'm a serial killer, I'd be like really upset about it because like there are other girls who look just like me. Like, I don't know, I just don't feel like that's cool. Like, I'm more for like a passion kill, do you know what I mean? Like I want it to be me and only me because then also it's super feminist because No, hear me out. I'm trending on Twitter. My name is trending on Twitter. But if it's a serial killer, his name is trending on Twitter. And I can't stand for that. Like, that is not the kind of woman my mother raised me to be. So, shout out to my mom. I'm also, so as you can tell, my dating life has been complicated, to say the least. I'm single, it shouldn't be shocking, but I think a lot of it comes from I was in a situationship. Has anyone been in a situationship before? Hand raised, yeah? Anyone who doesn't know what a situationship is, put your hand up. Everyone knows what a situationship, you know what one is? Yeah, what is it? What's your name? Michael, what is a situationship?
It's where...
Oh, fuck.
where you don't actually commit to someone, so you just see someone a little bit past you.
That's such a guy response. That's, we just don't commit to each other. No, you don't commit. Yeah, of course you haven't. That's what you think. So, what I think a situationship is when you're dating someone but you're not dating someone. Like, you guys are exclusive but you're not exclusive. Like, he could go fuck someone else and you could go fuck someone else, but you're not gonna go fuck someone else because you're like basically in love with him and he views you more like a fleshlight. But you stick around because he gives you compliments and you like sometimes meet his friends, you sometimes meet his family, you think, oh my god, this might be going places. He might have slipped I love you during sex once and you're like, oh my god, if I keep fucking him, he'll stay. But that's not true because he's currently going through other people's Instagrams, DMing other girls and trying to get them to come over. But it's not working because he's kind of mediocre. And then one day out of the blue, he just ends things with you. You start crying and he goes, why are you crying? We were just fucking. And you're like, well, I thought we were a little bit more than that. And then he gaslights you into thinking that whole relationship was never a relationship. That's a little bit more what I was going for. Do you get me? It's complex. I was in one, and I did the mature thing of staying friends with him after we broke up. Because I'm just like, I love making friends, and he's been inside me, so he's seen parts of me I don't even know. So I thought that was going to be a good pillar of friendship. And we ended up hanging out when he was seeing someone new, and she already knows what's about to happen. We were hanging out, and he's just like, when you chat to your friends about people you're seeing, you talk about sex, he goes, man, she gives me, the best head I've ever had in my life. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I used to give you head. But out loud, I was like, yeah, bro, I was like, that's fucking sick. Fuck that, your dick must be so happy. I don't know what to talk to, I just sucked your dick. But, not yours, Michael, but... You wish after I tell you this. But then I took this as an opportunity to grow. I took this as an opportunity to become a better person. So I went home, I bought a dildo, and I watched a lot of porn, and I practiced. And I practiced a lot. I can tell people after the show what I did. It was a lot of practice. I practiced so hard I ended up in a slut era. And then I made a guy see God once. Which is a true story with my head. Genuine, I swallowed everything. It was pretty amazing. I thought I broke him, and he was like, no, I think I just saw God. And he had told me that night that he was an atheist, so it must have been shocking for him. But I do think it confirms the theory that God is a woman and that woman is me. It's like, thank you for the one person in the back that wants a blowjob later. Because I do think that God, Jesus, had 12 disciples. I have more than 12 guys' numbers on my phone, so, we were also waiting for the second coming, and I've only really come twice, so I think it kind of makes sense. But as I was talking about the eras, does everyone know about Taylor Swift and her Eras tour that's going on right now? I feel like you should live under a rock if you don't know, right? Is anyone a Taylor Swift fan? Silence. Absolutely no one's a Taylor Swift fan. Okay, thank you. Come on. I was like, if you're not, give me your tickets, you bitches. I didn't get a fucking ticket and it's on my birthday, so I'm upset. I know. And she's doing this Eras tour. She's singing all her songs of the Eras. And so I've been really into the Eras thing. It makes me feel young to be like, this is my era. So I've got I'm poor but I act like I'm rich era. I've had the like my daddy issues affect my relationships era. I've had like my daddy issues don't affect my relationships era. That was short. And I'm going to therapy era. I got into a relationship and now I'm ghosting my therapist era. That's a fun one. And then also my relationship ended and I'm like really depressed, so I've gone back to therapy era. It's really awkward. What era do you think you're in, Michael? I feel like because I've been picking on you all night.
Oh, God.
I feel like, oh God, like you're saying. Like, you said it every time I've spoken to you.
I'm terrified. I'm just scared.
You're terrified of me? Yeah, okay, that's fair enough. What era do you think you're in? Your boss bitch era. I love that. Oh my God, you said that with such conviction that I was like, I'm now scared. So it's like he's scared of me and I'm scared of you. There's a lot of scared. It's a good, but honestly, genuinely, I think I'm in my I don't care era. Or as my therapist likes to say, the meds have finally started working. But no, for real, I'm actually not on medication. I was prescribed anti-anxiety meds, but then I became too anxious to take the anti-anxiety meds. Because I don't know if you know, they give you like reading material when you get prescribed medication. And I'm a good student, so I read. I was reading the whole little, like it's very small print, but I was like, a bitch is gonna read. And one of the side effects is sexual dysfunction. And I don't know, like guys, it just means it's like difficult for them to come. I didn't know for a while like what it meant as a woman. It makes it even harder for us to come. And as a woman, you know it's difficult, right, to come. Do you struggle? Are you part of the group? I'm looking straight at you, Blondie. Looking straight at you. Yes? You look down a little bit. You're like on the DL. Is someone here with you that you sleep with? No, okay, good. Because I was like, maybe you don't want to admit that you like sometimes have to fake it, because we've all done that. You just, try to boost your, sorry, Michael. But anyways, I was like deciding like, do I want to come or do I want to be happy? And I chose to come. That was the decision I ended up doing. And then I thought, you know what, screw it. I'm going to go off birth control, because I've heard like sometimes I was taking the pill and I was like, it kind of makes you a little bit more anxious, depressed. I went off, I felt a lot better. And then I thought, you know what, fuck it. Let's raw dog everything else. So I said to guys, don't bring condoms, which was really easy because in London, no guys buy condoms ever. They just assume it's going to be a raw dog situation. And I ended up having sex with 3 different guys in 1 month without protection, which I thought was going to be my Mamma Mia moment. It turns out you just get gonorrhea. And which kind of fits the whole Bridgerton thing. Like, I do burn for him. It wasn't the way that I wanted it to go, which was a bit of a disappointment, to say the least. Michael, are you dating? What's the vibe? That's great. How do you feel? What's your name? Kiernan. Okay. How do you feel about everything? I feel like the silence is everything. The laughter is everything. I'm so sorry, Michael. I'm sure you guys have a really happy. What do you think is the key to your happy relationship? You give right head. Okay. I like that you said it, and Kiernan's like, I'm absolutely not backing that one down. I think I like the confidence. I think also just be like underconfident a little bit too. Like,
you tried that. You called me out. And it's like, I'm coming back.
No, I'm a fan. I'm a fan, Michael. I'm sorry. I'm now scared. I bow down. Before I go, I'm going to say one last thing. I think it's really funny to fuck guys. I've noticed. I'm not making fun of you, Michael. Like, I'm sorry. I feel like you've been so just receptive. I appreciate you. But I don't know, Kiernan, if you've noticed in the bedroom. But sometimes, like, when you're like, I've had this instance when you're fucking someone, and when the guy's doing it, they're like looking at you for validation, like the dick is inside. Like, And you're just like there, like, yeah, like, good job. And it's even more awkward when it's like going between the thighs for the thick guy girlies in the room, like, and you don't have the heart to tell them it's like not end, you know? Because they're like, it feels so fucking good, babe. And you're like, at least I won't get pregnant this time. So, we'll take it. And I won't get gonorrhea. It's like a double whammy. It's like I've lost Mamma Mia and I've lost gonorrhea. So, gonorrhea. Anyways, I've been Amos, or Annie, if you want to say my name. Thank you guys so much.